Is this thing on? Alright, almost a year. This is kind of weird finally being back. I guess I'll turn my camera on. Hello, everybody. Y'all ready to enter some madness? Got my little comb here. I've been trying to grow my little ugly goatee out. I like it. My wife likes it. Oh well. Anyways, how's everybody's doing? Hope you all are doing very wonderful. Had some ups and downs over the last year that you guys just would not believe. Well, you probably would in the state of the way everything's going right now. So, oh well, we'll see. So tonight we're going to be playing Call of Cthulhu. This is going to be a blind playthrough. Please do not backseat game or anything else like that. I actually need to take just one moment and let's see. Need to add something here. Alright. I had to make sure it knew that I was blind playthrough. This is the first time that I have played this. I just got it the other day. It's been out for a while now. But I wanted to give it a try and see how it does. We may play some Mortal Kombat later or something else. I don't know what we're going to do yet. We'll have to see how the night goes. So let's jump on into it. Chapter 1. Pierce Investigations Agency, Boston. So this is 1924. Edward Pierce, veteran of the First World War, drowns his memories in liquor and sleeping pills. He is now a private detective who has trouble finding a case able to lift him from his torpor. Pierce must find a new case quickly or risk losing his license. Ooh. Gotta stay hydrated, people. Mustache. Enter madness. Ew. That's a lot of nastiness. Ooh. A gravy time with the subscription. Thank you so much for that sub. Oh, the biddy missed. Let's see if we can get it to... Let's replay that again, see if that bit stay in there this time. There we go. Don't you... Look at it. Look at it. Just look at it. It's going to hop right out again. Go figure, right? It doesn't want to stay in there. Oh well. Thank you for the subscription, Gravy. I appreciate it so much. I am trying to get me a hype emote done out, but I have not finished it yet. How are you doing this fine evening? Fishy, fishy. So I can't inspect anything just yet. And I crouch to go to there. Let me in! Oh, I know you saw me looking off to the side just now. That was my mother-in-law. She was letting me know that dinner was ready. Oh. Pick up the light. Get the light. Oh. Bolt cutter. So what else have we got over here? Looks like there's a bunch of stuff. What? Okay, no. Let's go back up. I don't feel like trying to run into something right now. That was a little creepy. Let's go over here, see if we can get through this. Now I have...
Fate inescapably draws you on.
Okay. Now I have heard it said that this game is reminiscent of point-and-click adventures. So we'll see. We'll see how everything goes with this one. Heard some people have had troubles with it not... You're fine, Gravy.
What a putrid offering.
Ew. That's nasty. Fish guts. Apex. That is such a weird game.
Don't fight.
Yeah, I am.
You have been chosen.
I'm very excited to be back streaming. It's been a while. Things are weird for me right now. I'm in transition between all kinds of 16 different things. I don't feel like I should have been running, but whatever.
Behold. Everything has already been written. But perhaps you will attempt to change your destiny.
Why do they not have any faces? That was weird. Anyways, yes, I am extremely excited to be back streaming again. Oh. Diary. My private detective agency contracted to the Wentworth Detective Agency. After the Great War, I decided to set up in Boston where there is no lack of work for guys like me. One small-time case follows the other. Adultery, settled scores, disappearances that are not actually disappearances. The old office couch is less comfortable than a real bed, and I should probably get rid of these empty bottles, but this place is mine for the moment. Inventory. Ah. Okay. So I'm sort of used to how some of these things go. I played some actual Call of Cthulhu pen and paper game back when I was in the military. So I mean, I kind of understand, you know, what each of these different things, you know, spot hidden, investigation, medicine, occultism. I understand pretty much what they all do. Okay. Thank you. That was weird. Should I have a drink? Let's Let's have a drink. Apex is kind of a weird game. Like, I understand the Battle Royale thing and all that, and I know how people like it and stuff, but
I'm listening.
I just can't get into it.
Private investigator contracted by the Wentworth Detective Agency?
That's correct.
Hello, Mr. Pierce. I'm Lucy Sherifield, in charge of investigators over at Wentworth. I'm calling because of a problem with your file. A fire has destroyed some of our documents.
Is that right?
I'm so very sorry, but I have to collect your personal information yet again.
Ah. Okay, so I have 8 points right now. You know what? Something tells me I'm gonna need this spot hidden. Let's get medicine up to level 2. Hello, Marianas. Let's do occultism. Yes, thank you. I am happy to be back.
Thank you for this information, Mr. Pierce. Our files will soon be up to date. And on a related matter, may I raise a sensitive question?
What's wrong?
As you know, we wish to closely monitor the progress of our contractors. And it would seem you've been accepting fewer new cases.
Work is scarce.
Mr. Pierce, you know as well as I do, there's never been more investigative work than now.
But are those cases worth it?
They're worth not losing your license. Show yourself worthy of the Wentworth Detective Agency, and we might keep you on the payroll. Mr. Pierce, are you still...
I'm coming.
Yeah, the animations on this are a little janky.
Sir, I came here on the advice of a person whom I hold in high esteem, and I must say that I expected anything but a drunkard's lair.
You're free to leave anytime, sir.
Do you know to whom you speak?
Stephen Webster, industrialist and art collector. All of Boston knows you.
Tell me, Mr. Pierce, are you capable of handling a new case, or are you simply a deadbeat inebriate?
If you come to me, it means you're desperate.
Nobody believes me. They take me for an old fool. Sarah, my little girl, she is dead. Even you must know of her. She was Sarah Hawkins.
The painter? Yes.
Did you sub too, Marianas?
The police accuse her of killing her family. They
I don't
all
think it
died
worked
in the
either.
fire.
I know it didn't even pick it up in my
Sarah, her
activity
husband,
feed.
And Simon, my grandson.
I can't do
Yeah,
anything.
Twitch probably mucked up.
He's already dead.
Find out the truth. They say she was mad, but I know that's a lie. She would never have done such a thing.
But if you have no proof...
I've brought all that I have. Look. I want you to look carefully at this painting. Tell me all the
I see your
assumptions
badge.
that come to mind.
What am I supposed to find?
Tell me if this is the work of madness. Or if, on the contrary, you manage to detect some logic, a rationality to follow so that I may understand it.
Is that all you want from me?
Yes, please.
All right. I'll look at your picture. That's all you've got? The painting?
I placed a file on your desk. It contains everything I have on the affair.
Alright. There we go. Let's see if yours is going to stay in there. Yay, yours stayed in there. Gravy's didn't want to stay in there. It bounced out. I even did it a second time just to see if it would stay in there. It didn't want to do it. I don't know why either. But yay, thank you so much for the subscription, Marianas. I appreciate it. My tip jar doesn't like gravy, I guess. Yeah, that must be it. The doctor can well repeat to me that I no longer need my remedy to keep my memories at bay, but I know that if I stop, the memories will return. One of these mornings I probably won't wake up. Despite the treatment, I again hear voices in my dreams, but they are different, unknown. They seem to surface from unfathomable and ancient depths, what nameless creatures calling me. A strange picture painted by Sarah Hawkins a short while before his tragic death was sent to her father just after the artist died. He is convinced that she is a sender. He brought me the painting so that I could examine it. Okay. So let's check this
A
stuff
warehouse on Darkwater. Some sketches of the Hawkins family. Rather thin.
Shipping label, some of it unreadable. We make out part of the address, Warehouse 36, Darkwater. It says the fire started in the dining room and claimed the whole family. The police decide on a domestic accident, but they nevertheless insist on Sarah Hawkins' mental frailty. An article written about the marriage of Sarah and Charles Hawkins, a businessman from the island of Darkwater. They live a recluse life with their only son, Simon. Anything else I should know about? That's kind of weird. Why is it flat? Oh well, whatever. Check out this weird painting.
Its strange beauty isn't enough to hide the feeling of dread it carries.
So, Mr. Pierce, what do you make of these elements?
The sender's label mentions Warehouse 36.
That's right. It came with Sarah's last painting.
And you think your daughter could have been the sender?
That is what you must find out. Go to Darkwater. Find Warehouse 36.
Her husband was a big deal on the island. Police are sticking to the accident theory. Though they mentioned Sarah's mental state was fragile. I believe you are right, sir. This case is not as simple as it appears.
I am aware of that. I believe there is more to this case than just an accident.
You must tell me if what the police suggest about the mental state of your daughter is true.
No. Sarah had visions. Everyone knew that. She never would have hurt a fly. She only thought she saw things.
Saw things? What do you mean by that?
I never knew what she meant by that. My daughter was an enigmatic figure, Mr. Pierce. You must find out the truth about her life and death.
Darkwater. Never heard of the place. Where is that?
It's a small, remote island off the coast of Boston. Sarah lived there with her son and her husband.
I suppose you want to ship me off there.
Darkwater holds the secret regarding my daughter, Mr. Pierce. You must uncover it.
The wifey bought me some dragon fruit flavored water mix. It's good. I like it.
I'm a private investigator, not an art critic.
I guess you're not as clever as you think, then. The painting is linked to this case, can't you see?
What an
You must
insult.
find the meaning behind all this.
The sender's label mentions warehouse.
Oh yeah, that's
That's
right.
right.
And you think
That is what... Go to Dark...
Okay.
I think I'm beginning to understand.
I'm willing to do anything for my daughter to recover her honor.
Quiet down. I'm on your side. Let's sum things up. An artist dies with her family in a house fire. Your only clue is a sort of promontory painting sent from Darkwater right before her death.
Correct. And the rumors about her supposed folly.
Which you don't totally deny.
Find that warehouse. Find out the truth regarding Sarah Hawkins' death. You will be handsomely compensated.
All right, I'll take the case. I'll go to Darkwater and look into the death of your daughter.
Thank you, Mr. Pierce. I didn't expect any less coming from a man in your situation.
Yeah.
Something's queer, but it's not like I have a choice.
I like noir.
Darkwater.
I like stuff
I think
like
I've got
this.
a book on the North Atlantic. I'll no doubt find some information on this island in there.
Must be a really busy part of Boston. I can hear a bunch of cars beeping.
I wonder why I still take these things.
Sleeping pills. The doctors prescribed them when I returned from the war. They swore they would put an end to the nightmares, but for a while now their effect has been wearing off. Oh. The Learning of Medicine. A dense work aimed at interns and young practitioners. This first volume lists all illnesses known in the civilized world. It details the symptoms and suitable treatment. Ah, okay. Okay. So medicine and occult you improve by discovering stuff. And these you improve by character points. Okay.
The Wentworth Agency doesn't attract top-notch cases. I used to be an avid reader. Married woman runs off with her girlfriend. The husband couldn't understand it.
Husband never understood that his wife had left him. He kept on calling me weeks after the investigation had been closed. What else we got in here?
A good old story of blackmail in a speakeasy.
The bar owner who hired me didn't like the way I closed this case, but when you're already outside the law, there's not a lot one can do against a private detective who's got proof against you. Yeah.
Darkwater is off the coast of Boston. But I've never heard of it. According to this book, it was often mentioned during whale hunting times at the end of the 19th century. But it seems to have been shunned since then.
Darkwater Island has been inhabited since the 14th century and is still rich with the many memories left by its lost tribes. But don't let the romanticism of these moving evidences of such naive and primitive beliefs fool you into forgetting how violent their gods were. A gigantic creature still ornates the walls of long-abandoned caves. Was it a sea or a dream god? No one knows, but today's inhabitants, the sons and daughters of the proud whale hunters, still remember the mysterious and tumultuous story of their small land off the coast of Massachusetts.
All I have to do is go to the port. I just hope that I can find a boat able to take me to Darkwater. Natural sciences, linguistics, archaeology. I should get rid of all this stuff.
Yeah, dude, you're kind of going crazy. You're drinking a little too much whiskey there. And one last drink before we head out, I guess. I'm a whiskey man myself, you know. Oh, I gained 1 CP. Pierce took the Hawkins case. The cursed artist is accused of having caused the fire that killed her and her family. As the only clue, she left her father a disturbing painting. On the shipping label and address, a warehouse set on the docks of the island Darkwater. The place seems to be the starting point for Pierce's investigation. Okay. Yeah, I like detective games, detective novels, stuff like that. Oh, the first book in the Altered Carbon series really drew me in. I liked it. It's that techno-punk, cyberpunk kind of noir detective type stuff. I like those kinds of stories. And now I would think it would be kind of hard to confine gravy. If you're wondering why I keep combing my ugly little goatee here,
We're almost there.
I'm trying to keep it. I'm trying to straighten it out, and it's not going to if I don't keep taking care of it. It's kind of split in the middle. I need to do some work on it or something. Tie it up. I don't know what I want to do. I think that's pronounced Skyla.
Stay on board. There's guys coming to unload. Welcome to Darkwater Island, Mr. Pierce.
Why, thank you, Captain Fitzroy.
So, what wind brought you?
Does the Hawkins case mean anything to you?
A sad story that we would all prefer to forget. Charles Hawkins may have been a landlubber, but he was a good man.
And his wife, Sarah Hawkins.
A nice young woman, and a great painter. What a tragedy. You know what? Go have a drink at the Stranded Whale. What you need is a good pick-me-up. Mitchell may not be very welcoming, but his bar holds a surprise for you. As for me, you'll find me at the Harbor Master's office. If it's the Hawkins family that brings you here, I have a pile of documents that should interest you.
Understood. I'm going for a look around the docks.
My daughter has started playing Diablo 3. Let's see. So I can only upgrade these by finding stuff in the environment. I still think spot hidden. You gotta validate everything. Yeah, I think that's so. I'm kind of trying to let her kind of get through the story a little bit, and then I think we're gonna play together here soon.
Yay!
But not right now because I'm playing something else.
Okay.
Go play your game.
And plus, I'm gonna need the pin again because the monitor turned off.
Well, then, oh,
I have to actually ask my mom for the pin
well,
because I don't.
she got done with dinner and now she wants to play again. I had to give her the pin to Jessica's computer. Jessica got her a new computer, or Zahoni. She got her a new computer. Oh, she actually got, I think it's Cyber Power. She got a nice Cyber Power computer. It's AMD. Runs really, really nice. Oh, I keep forgetting I don't have to worry about stamina right now at the moment. I've been playing so much of Green Hell and different games like that that have stamina. I forget I don't have to worry about it.
I wonder what Captain Fitzroy has got to say about this woman, Cat.
Terms of our agreement are clear. Keep your men under control. You cannot afford to provoke us. No need to answer this message. Just make your payment to the carrier. Threatening letter.
Broken. This place seems half abandoned. Fishing equipment. Could do with some rust remover.
Yes, I'm inspecting your place, dude.
This blackboard hasn't been used in a long while. The Scylla. It finished up beached at the entrance to the harbor.
So that was the one that was beached out over there. I got me a new car. I now have a Mini Cooper S. Ah, there we go. It's a pretty nice little car. Got a little turbo on it. It's I think it's the 2.1 liter with the turbo on it. Puts out, is it 201 horsepower? It's either the 169 or 201. I can't remember.
Hawkins cargo manifest. They're on the table next to you. But in truth, you're likely to be disappointed. When you're done, come join me on the deck.
So where are they at? Oh, right there.
These manifests are signed by Charles Hawkins. But that's all I'll get from them.
New clue memorized. This place does look half abandoned.
From here, I see everything that goes on in the harbor. The hard-working lives of my sailors, the fights of the stranded whale. Even the antics of these wharf rats don't escape me.
It's you who lays down the law around here.
Oh, I wouldn't go that far. I'm just the last serving captain on Darkwater. Tell me what I can do to help you.
Okay.
Your manifests have been blacked out. They're totally unreadable.
Yeah, I saw that. I've got no idea who did it or why. I don't remember having countersigned anything special enough for someone to hide it.
And why obliterate the dates, as well as the goods stored in the warehouse?
You mean that the dates have some meaning?
I know that Charles Hawkins was descended from a family of ship owners, and the island's fishing industry was hit badly.
Indeed, we specialized in whaling, but no whalers went out to sea after the miraculous catch of 1847.
So where did the Hawkins family get its money?
Well, from what Charles inherited, I presume. Although, these dates on the manifests could indicate that he had contracts of another kind.
With whom, I wonder? I'm looking for Warehouse 36. Do you know where it is?
Look, it's right there. The warehouse is opposite the jetty. You can't miss it.
Understood.
Well, that was easy.
Know who the building belongs to, don't you?
It belonged to the Hawkins family.
Precisely.
I think that somebody here wanted me to search this warehouse. I found a threatening letter signed by a certain Cat.
What? I don't mind you visiting my harbor master's office, but I'd prefer if you didn't go through my affairs.
Are you being blackmailed?
Not exactly, no. That shyster wants to make us pay protection money.
With any success?
I wouldn't say that. but she terrifies my men as much as her own.
Can you not do anything to stop her?
Don't you worry about that.
I found a threatening letter. Signed.
What?
Are you being
Not
with anything? Can you not?
Don't you?
I just skipped through that since.
I shall be on my way.
So come back and see me when you've got something new.
All right. I was thinking maybe doing LA Noir. It's actually a really good game. I played through it back in like 2014 or whatever, shortly after it first came out. It's a really good game. Prohibition. Who are all these guys? It's like fishermen and stuff.
Prohibition is just a
Doubt.
joke. That suits me fine.
Old X to doubt. Oh.
Hey, be careful.
Wonder if that's
Let's
Cat.
get him another drink. He's dry.
In my bar, we don't serve troublemakers.
You saw what happened. He's the troublemaker.
Oh, you're a true mainlander. A real princess. You strut around with your la-di-da ways, and then, as soon as the pressure arises, you start squealing. You don't have what it takes to drink my whiskey. You've got to earn it.
I'm here for information, not for a fight.
I prefer it that way. Speak then. I reserve the right to answer or not.
Oh.
I didn't expect to find alcohol on this island. What's the source of this miracle?
You mean who? Our source of supply wouldn't like me to betray them to the first comer.
I'll tell nobody.
She'd know it anyway. Anything else?
I bet you it's Cat.
What do you know about the Hawkins warehouse?
If I were you, I wouldn't hang around there.
Why not?
First off, there are rumors. Sailors from around here say you can hear noises coming from the warehouse at night. Screams, that sort of thing.
Screams.
And that's not all. There's the fate of its owners and all the superstitions that go with it. But I'll say no more. Anything else?
What can you tell me about her?
We all knew she was famous on the mainland for her paintings. Never understood why. Then, I don't want to speak ill of the dead.
Her vision. Was it so terrible?
Way I see it, the truth is really a question of point of view.
What do you mean by that?
Do you still trust the truth after a bottle of whiskey?
Her style made her famous. How would you describe it? Tortured?
Yeah, well, it wasn't normal. I mean, for a young woman with a child and all that. We saw them in the papers and we said to ourselves, who can paint such things? Is that how she sees the world?
So they made you feel uncomfortable.
You need to see them for yourself. Make up your own mind.
I've got what I need.
Anything else?
The stranded whale. I guess this bar has been here a long time.
What can I tell you? I'm a nostalgic sort of guy. The name, it reminds us of the golden age of dock water. When our whalers left for long months and came back, sweating and stinking of the oil and flesh of the whales they'd been hunting.
It was a tough time, all the same.
Ah, but steeped in glory. We've never known such wealth since then.
What can you tell me about her?
We all knew, and
I've got what I need.
anything else?
There's got to be something else that unlocks at some point.
Captain Fitzroy told me about a little pick-me-up.
Oh, yeah? That must have been before you came looking for a fight in my bar.
Oh, come on. Because of a little tussle.
Drinking it here is a privilege, and I grant the privilege to whoever I want. Anything else?
That'll be all for now.
Looks like I ain't getting a drink.
The miraculous catch. Apparently, the most significant event of the last 80 years.
Scylla returns to port to save Darkwater from famine. We had given up hope. The crew of the Scylla, or what remains of it, returned to Darkwater port late on Tuesday afternoon. The locals immediately rushed to the docks to welcome the last whaling ship in the island. People were amazed at the sight of the unbelievable catch the brave vessel had on board. Of a size that went beyond that of the formidable toothed whales, the cetacean that is already being called the miraculous catch covered the whole deck, and parts of it were hanging over the side of the ship. The surviving sailors told a frightening account of their perilous catch, but also of its mate, unmatched in its quality and plentiful nutritious benefits. There is no doubt that the immense size of this whale will allow numerous inhabitants of Darkwater to feed themselves, bringing an end to the famine from which part of the island was suffering.
No right to treat us like this.
And the doctor, what did he say?
He laughed.
My God.
Nightmares.
Algernon Drake.
Can hear things and voices whispering. Will follow its reader and appear at various locations, gifted with its own consciousness, until it finds a new reader. Ah, that's it. Maybe we should let him take it. No, the risks are too high. It's a book, after all. Pure knowledge.
I think your sanity's slipping, bud.
Do you like our song?
We're true sirens. We may not be pros, but we give it all we've got.
That's true. It's a reminder of the time when we were still fishing for whales off Darkwater Island.
I've never heard this song before.
Only people from here know it. It tells the story of the miraculous catch.
I saw the newspaper clipping. You don't believe it, do you?
Watch what you say, young man.
That catch saved our island.
Ah. Where's the proof?
We're the proof.
Without it, the whole of Darkwater would have died of hunger in 1847.
It's true. Everything
Doubt.
happened just as it says in the newspaper report. Our grandparents tasted its flesh.
And it was delicious.
What brought whaling to an end?
The whales, of course.
They all disappeared.
You exhausted the stocks.
You could say that, yes. There were fewer and fewer of them.
Until the last, the biggest.
The one of the miraculous catch.
Exactly.
The miraculous catch.
I heard the Hawkins family owned a warehouse on the docks.
An old family of ship owners.
Tell me something I don't already know.
They were made much richer by the miraculous catch.
You shouldn't talk about the dead like that.
We're not speaking ill, we're just saying that Daniel Hawkins made a fortune without taking any risk.
There! You're speaking ill, you see?
It's your proof that the miraculous catch really did happen.
Well,
I bid you farewell, gentlemen.
Good night, stranger.
So long.
all this stuff is kind of forced.
Another break?
One of those damn sailors came looking for trouble again.
but he won't try again anytime soon. We gave him a good hiding.
So you said to yourselves that after such a feat, you could abandon your post.
It's just a little drink. We taught those guys a lesson.
We'll return right after. It's just that standing guard...
Can't you see that we're in the middle of a conversation? I told you to beat it.
I think I should have just stood over here and listened. Oh well.
Charles Hawkins was a heavy drinker. And a debtor. Interesting.
$58. I think that's what it is, $58. That's a lot of money in 1924 money. Talk to Bradley.
Let the police do their work. Hey, Sullivan. Can't you go any faster?
You've seen how old this thing is. If we force it too much...
The blood is just beginning to coagulate. It died a short time ago. Only a specialist would know what killed it.
Put that beast back in the water, you shysters! You're crazy!
They're cops. They can't understand.
Damn stupid idiots!
Forget it. Nobody listens to us anyway.
The same goes for you, sir. Move along.
I'm looking for this address. Warehouse 36, Darkwater Harbor.
Ah. And so who are you?
I didn't introduce myself. Edward Pierce, private detective.
In any case, it's not very important. I can't answer that.
You can't? Or you don't want to?
Oh, no. I'm not getting into those games, me. Now, please, allow me to do my job.
You can't understand. You're not sailors. It's a sign. There's something coming. Something real bad.
Alright.
Don't put that beast back in the water, you shysters. You're crazy.
Where do you think you're going?
Who are these others so interested in the warehouse?
And why would I tell you?
You and I are on the same side of the law.
Oh, yeah?
You don't want to know the truth behind this case.
Are you saying our work was not up to snuff? Forget it.
I'm not here to hinder your work, officer. Edward Pierce, private detective.
Sorry, we're all a little on edge today. What are you doing here?
I'm investigating the death of the Hawkins family.
Darn it. Why do you want to drag up all that stuff again?
My investigation has led me to this warehouse.
That case was closed months ago.
What more can you say about the death of the Hawkins family?
Not much more than what everyone knows. I wasn't on the case. They were all burnt to death, right? Up at their place.
The whole mansion went up in flames.
Don't get it into your head to go wandering around up there. It's dangerous.
What do you mean by that?
The only one left there is old Silas, and the accident has affected him badly. He can be unpredictable, especially if a stranger starts poking around the property.
Is he a danger to the public?
No, he's in his own home. Do yourself a favor. Leave him well alone.
I wonder.
Why, you could tell me.
No, if it gets out, I'll have
Who's this guy?
no idea. You better keep it shut.
What's with you wandering around here like a hungry dog?
I've got to enter the Hawkins warehouse. I guess it's going to be complicated.
No, it's very simple, in fact. Fuck off.
Well,
I don't give a damn about your racket. I just want to get into this warehouse.
And we don't give a damn about you. Whatever your reason for wanting inside, there's nothing we can do for you.
Bad language. They're so mean.
Cat. She's your boss.
What? You listen through keyholes?
She's the boss, yeah. She says who goes in or not.
Shut up, you dummy. You wanted to know that you also talk too much.
She must be quite intimidating if she can make two men like you tremble.
She redid the smile at the last one who wanted to get in.
I hope he had a good dentist.
No, you don't understand. She really cut him a new smile.
But he only smiles with the left cheek.
She sounds frightening, your boss.
And she doesn't like to be talked about behind her back.
So, who are you?
Are you stupid or are you doing it on purpose?
Everybody knows us on Darkwater.
I've just arrived.
Let's just say we're standing guard for the owner of the site. And we let no one enter her property.
Remind me what you're doing here.
I bid you gentlemen farewell.
They don't look very nice. I wonder what happens if I crawl around this way.
How could you be dumb enough to leave the entrance to the warehouses unguarded?
Keep your voice down. Why not go and shout at the cat while you're at it? I don't want to end up with her little knife under my throat.
It's a stiletto, you idiot. And with that smell on your breath, I don't give you much chance anyway.
So there must be... I must either have to go around somehow, or I don't know. No wonder. Maybe go back inside the bar and talk to Kat.
St. Brendan, patron saint of sailors and travelers. Desecrated. I can't even say which language it's written in.
It's a good thing when you walk over there you don't fall through it. That would kind of suck. That's some nasty looking water.
That's no way to treat an omen. Oh yeah? He's gonna get us into trouble. You can't understand.
Let's go this way. Let's see what's down this way. It may be just a simple case of going in the back door. I don't know. We'll see. Let's talk to this guy.
With those sailors. Don't hang around here unless you want trouble with the bootleggers.
I've seen the kind of messages their boss sends. You're not scared of her?
Of course I am. Everyone's scared of that woman. She's not interested in small fry like me. You, on the other hand, nose around too much, you'll have dealings with her.
This warehouse looks abandoned. Why does it interest them so much?
No doubt a question of territory, but I ain't asking. You want to know more, go ask the captain.
Good. Thank you. I shall take my leave.
She can't jump. This lever activates a mechanism.
A handle. It must come from these old winches.
Cool.
It looks like there's a way in under this grate.
I wonder what else, what other kind of hidden stuff I can find.
If the newspaper clipping in the bar is true, this bone is a real fossil.
There's no telling what else is in here. I don't know where to look either.
I could use...
It said something earlier about moving it, but it doesn't want to move. I wonder why. So that doesn't do anything. Well, that makes a lot of frickin' sense. I wonder. Oh, that's pretty cool. Huh. Well, is it not going to let me turn the handle? It seems kind of silly not to let me do it. Now that I put it on the darn... What in the world? Oh, so if you hold left, right click and let or press left or right, it'll... Well, that makes no sense. Is it not going to give me a prompt to actually do the wheel? Because if not, that's kind of stupid. Go figure.
A ratchet device. Exactly what I need.
Okay. There's still more hidden stuff in here. Apparently. There's a ratchet device. There's that. I think there's something else that's hidden in here and I haven't seen it yet. There it is.
It should be possible to mount this cogwheel on the winch.
All right.
Looks like everything is in its place. All I have to do is turn this handle.
Okay, I see. So once you find everything, it gets a check mark on the area, and that's good to know. Ugh. Apparently, I can't get too close to that or something.
Smoke. It's coming from this oil. I hope it's not toxic.
I think it'd be a good idea to light your freaking lighter in there, man. I mean, this is okay so far. I've really kind of been looking. What in the world? No, God. Some freaking seaweed. What in the world? That was a pretty good little jump scare. Freaked me out for a moment.
This is primitive.
Occult stuff? Alright. I'm behind the two dinguses. How do I put my darn thing away? Huh. So I'm inside of here, which means right now, with this lighter, people can see me.
Ugh, this place stinks. What is the connect?
Clues.
Between this place and the Sarah Hawkins case.
Enter a reconstruction scene. Huh. So I guess I get to reconstruct what happened here?
Is this one of Sarah Hawkins' paintings? What is this picture of Charles and Sarah Hawkins doing here?
Looks like they were both in here.
It smells as bad as it looks.
Ew. That's nasty.
Who has enough money to buy painkillers, but stays in a place like can't sleep? I know how that feels. The glass is shattered, like someone smashed it. Was it before or after the removal of these bandages?
Oh. Oh. So that reconstruction thing's kind of weird. So let's see. Clues. Officially unused since Charles Hawkins' death, this warehouse recently housed a clandestine resident. Signs of life attest to the fact. The presence of blood-stained bandages must also be noted, properly removed from a wound, as well as pills, painkillers, and sleeping pills. Moreover, the occupant seems to be obsessed with Sarah Hawkins, as attested by the presence of several documents connected to the artist's life, photograph, press cutting. But is the discovery of a partly charred painting recognized by Officer Bradley as having come from the Hawkins mansion that allows all doubts to be lifted as to the link between the contents of this building and the Hawkins case. That's good to know. Let's see if we can't get eloquence up to 3. Everything looks a little nasty in here. That's some nasty stuff. Yuck.
Someone has settled in here.
And whoever it is has something to tell me about the Hawkins case. Is there anyone in there? You! Don't move! Detective Pierce. I told you to stay away from this warehouse.
You seem like a competent officer. We should help each other.
You're trying to manipulate me, Mr. Pierce. I hate to be taken for a fool.
All right, Inspector Lestrade. Let me take a more direct approach. Can you explain what this painting is doing here?
This strange portrait. Wait, I know it. It was in the Hawkins mansion when we came to investigate the fire.
So you confirm that it was removed from the crime scene? Interesting. I'd like to go and see the mansion now.
Of course. You want to go back along his trail? I'd like to understand how this painting made it to here. Come on. My car's parked down the way. Andrews, would you please shut the door? And open your eyes, damn it. This guy went right under your nose. God damn it. Her again. This case has nothing to do with you, Baker. Clear the passage or I'll shut you up for obstruction.
Officer Bradley, you've finally grown a pair. Too bad you're too fat to see them down there.
Why, you?
Come on, keep the smile. You don't want to force me to widen it.
Okay, I get it. Can we go to the mansion now?
Who the hell are you? What were you doing on my turf? I've got my eye on you. We'll meet again.
Is it far, this mansion?
Look behind you, at the top of the ridge. You see the building? That's the Hawkins mansion. Come on, we got some driving to do.
Pierce managed to get into the warehouse. The place thought to be abandoned revealed some surprises. Signs of recent occupation as well as a partly charred painting. Interrupted in his searching by Officer Bradley, Pierce convinced him to join his investigation. The police officer is willing to drive the detective to the Hawkins mansion. Animations on this are kind of stilted.
Well, here we are. Hawkins Mansion. The place has been abandoned since the fire. There's only old Winchester in his hut.
I see no scorched trees or fire damage on the building.
You're pretty damn observant, ain't you? The fire was quickly contained. Old Silas acted as soon as he could.
Not soon enough to save the Hawkins.
They were trapped in the drawing room. And don't go troubling Silas anymore. His guilt torments him enough as it is. Are we gonna take a closer look at this mansion, or do you have other questions?
Your partner, Andrews, warned me against him.
You managed to get something out of that bum? I'll end up asking you for advice.
He talks too much. He inferred that old Silas was slightly unhinged.
That's not far off the mark, I suppose. But kinda unfair at the same time. You know, Silas Winchester has been working for the Hawkins family as far back as I can remember. Charles was like a son to him. The day of the fire, he lost his whole family. So he's got nowhere to go. And, as you'll see, in a way, he's still watching over them. Is there anything else you want to ask me? Or do you want to go up there?
You won't get me to believe that it looked any better 3 months ago.
It's a very old building, you know? Its foundations would probably date from the arrival of the first settlers.
It's got nothing to do with Charles Hawkins' debts.
Ha! You've already begun to nose around, it would seem. So, since you already know it, the Hawkins family couldn't afford the upkeep of this house. It remains to be seen what they did with all their money. I wager it was Charles Hawkins' travels. Let's go up there. Unless you still have questions.
You're the one who looked after the Hawkins case.
Don't think I was trying to hide it. It's just that this discovery shakes my convictions.
That's why you're so keen to find out who removed the painting from the mansion.
Yes. If something escaped us, or if there's been a law enforcement error, then it's up to the police to make good its mistake. Anything else?
I prefer to be prepared if there's going to be trouble.
It's a wise attitude. But apart from old Silas and some rotten floorboards, there's nothing to worry about.
Could he be a problem?
Strictly speaking, he ain't dangerous. But since the tragedy, he's been a little touched. Though, he's a remarkably sturdy man, given his age. A true force of nature.
A sad old man doesn't worry me.
Gee, if you don't want to listen to my advice, we might as well go. Right?
Night falls quickly here, and I want to be able to see when we arrive.
I'll go with you, if only to reassure Silas.
Why not? You can help.
Right. Let's go.
So I guess now I'll go look around a little bit. See what some of this stuff is.
Bradley was right. This place is much older than I imagined, but the architecture seems too recent. Poor kid. Poor kid. Charles Hawkins' grave. Who could have done this?
I told you. Silas Winchester is still watching over the Hawkins family.
I must say, it's pretty gloomy.
So, Detective, does this place inspire any thoughts?
Why were they buried here?
I was given to believe that it was Charles Hawkins' wish.
Strange idea. imagine Webster wasn't too pleased.
Mrs. Hawkins' father? It's said that he's devastated.
Let's go to the mansion.
Please give me a minute. I didn't expect to set foot back here after the burial.
The flowers on Sarah Hawkins' grave are fresh. The old caretaker must be very attached to her.
I wonder if that's the one who took the painting out of the house. Probably is. Looks like I had to go through there anyways. A big old tree fell over in front of it. Check the front door, see what happens when I go up there.
I'll have to find another entrance.
Okay. I wonder. So the game's kind of weird for me. I mean, like,
this entrance is still
I
in
get
use.
it. Like I said, I enjoy noir type stuff.
You are trying to force the door, you nosy prick!
Easy, sir, all right? Put down the axe.
You know what we do with rubble like you? We gut them. Dump them into the ocean.
Where's dude?
You're Mr. Winchester. Lower that axe. Let's talk calmly.
I'll show you how we have it out on Darkwater.
You haven't forgiven yourself. You stay here to honor the memory of the deceased.
That's true. I want no more violence. No more tragedy.
It's painful to be the last one left.
You don't know how right you are. Understood. I'm listening.
The police report describes a domestic accident, but Stephen Webster has several reasons to believe that this may not be the case.
Webster is as stubborn as an old mule. And I did tell him that we should let the dead rest in peace.
He wants to restore the reputation of his daughter. I just need to see where the fire started.
No, I can't let you in. The mansion isn't safe.
That's why you barricaded the entrance.
That's right.
And this door?
It's locked, and I make sure it stays that way.
You still put flowers on her grave. You cherish her memory.
Mrs. Hawkins was an exceptional person. She cared for everyone around her.
Let me shed a light on what happened to her. Give me that key.
I'm probably making a big mistake, but it won't be the first. Here, take the key and do what you have to do. Go on, then. Just to get rid of you.
Let's see what more I can learn from this mansion.
Well. At least he didn't put the axe through my head. That's good. Let's explore a little bit. Something's calling to me down here. I don't know if I should be going this way, but that looks like that might be Silas's place.
The poor wretch seems to spend the best part of his time isolated from the world. Rather Spartan. The caretaker has simple tastes.
Can't get in. I figured as much.
Bourbon. Empty, of course.
Oh. He'll probably figure that out later and get mad at me. Why'd you move the thing on the back door? My back window. I get tired of looking at the sea. I don't see anything else down here.
This gate is locked.
Now the game does have motion blur to kind of smooth out the movement, but motion blur ends up giving me motion sickness.
Shall we enter?
Let's take a look inside.
I'm with you.
Pierce and Officer Bradley explored the gardens of the Hawkins mansion. The family lies in the graveyard of the property guarded by Silas Winchester. The old caretaker, still faithful to his employers, keeps watch on the place, armed with his axe. Pierce and Bradley manage to calm him down and finally get hold of the key to the Hawkins mansion. They enter the building looking for the scene of the fire. And on that note, which one is it? There we go. I'm going to take a little couple minute break. I gotta take a bio break real quick, and then I will be right back. While I am doing that, I'm going to run a little ad, and I'll be right back in just a minute. Alright, I'm back. Got me a little something to eat real quick. Let's see here. Those of you who did watch the ad, thank you. If it did come up, I'm not sure if it did or not. Some of this stuff is new to me. It's been a while since I messed around with it, so.
Follow me. I know the place.
Oh.
Who left this light on?
There we go. I got 2 character points. Let's take care of them real quick. Let's see. I need to be looking for investigation points as we move along.
The Last Supper of the Hawkins. What does this tell me?
Ew. That was kind of gnarly looking.
What kind of meat is this?
That looks weird.
This place is for the head of the family, Charles Hawkins. The boy was probably here. Smashed his plate on the floor. Sarah Hawkins' plate. Why did she leave it untouched? Something happened at this table. An argument?
Could have been.
Hey, Pierce. Daydreaming again?
Working, officer. This dinner table tells us a lot about the Hawkins family life.
Well, we don't have all day. The scene of the fire is next door. Silas managed to bring the fire under control, but it was already.
Let's see if I can find something the cops missed. Charles and Sarah's wedding was painted by Sarah herself. Charles and Sarah's wedding was painted by Sarah herself. Was Charles Hawkins some kind of explorer? Too much rubble. I'll find an easier way.
Alright, let's go in here and reconstruct the scene. It's kind of like the Batman thing, almost.
The child's corpse left a trace. Where are the others? Did someone escape the fire?
That's interesting.
Was Charles Hawkins a heavy drinker? They had a fight. Why? Did Sarah Hawkins lose one of her shoes? How? Did it stop at the time of the fire?
Pretty interesting. Is there something else I'm missing? Ah, there it is.
If the painting I found on the docks really came from here, how come it didn't burn? Blood. This lamp was thrown. This was no accident. This was a fight. Someone fell here. A desperate attempt to flee. And the boy.
So, Detective, what do you make of it?
I firmly believe this fire was more than just an accident.
Huh. What's your theory?
I think the Hawkins couple got into a fight.
You sure of that?
There's only one way to be sure.
Huh.
I just ask that you don't disturb anything. If Chief West found out about what we're doing, I'd be in serious trouble.
This door is locked.
I wonder.
These bandages are covered in dried blood. But whose?
Sorry for stuffing my face, but I haven't had anything to eat since lunchtime.
The lyrics of the drunken sailor. A sea shanty.
What can we do with a drunken sailor? That's all I know of that song, by the way.
An original edition of Mary Shelley's Frankenstein, dated 1818.
That'd be worth a lot of money nowadays. I have a third edition of Interview with the Vampire.
This piano is in disrepair. Looks like the Hawkins kept it more for decoration than for music. This place was falling apart long before the fire. Moby Dick, Melville's classic. The epic battle between man and whale. Mandatory reading for any whaler, I guess. What do you know about Charles Hawkins' activities?
Well, not much, to be honest. We all assumed the Hawkins lived on Charles's inheritance. If you're right, we should be able to find clues among the Hawkins' personal effects.
A book on the first inhabitants of the island. It seems they got here around the 14th century.
Oh, I got a medical profession point.
Greek mythology. Hecate, goddess of the dead, daughter of Tartarus, and mother of Scylla.
Oh.
A book on hunting whales, the island's staple diet last century.
Wifey is in North Georgia by now, hopefully.
One of Sarah Hawkins' paintings. Her style sure is recognizable.
I don't know how to put that away. Middle mouse button, okay.
20,000 Leagues Under the Sea. Another story about the mysteries of the deep. Crowbar. Could prove useful.
That was a good find. Wonder what else we can find.
What could Sarah have done to make this person threaten to call the police?
Dear sir, as you know, I've always held you and your family in high respect. Unfortunately, I can no longer continue to close my eyes on the behavior of your wife. Last week, she again terrified my clientele. I know that she means no harm, but you should place her in the care of Dr. Fuller. He alone seems to be able to make her come to her senses. If these disturbances were to occur, believe me that, although it would feel like torture, I'd be obliged to involve the police. Respectfully yours, Anton Willard. Huh. Did y'all see that? I saw that. That was weird.
Locked.
Oh. Open.
The boys' room. A child's fort. From what threat was Simon protecting his world? Tom Sawyer, Mark Twain. Sarah must have read it to him before bed. Sleeping pills. Strong for an 11-year-old boy. What was wrong with this family? What nightmarish vision could have inspired them? Simon's troubles went beyond family problems. That kid saw something. Something terrified him.
That transition thing's a little weird.
What will her room reveal about her?
Perfect. That was cool.
A barbiturate prescription from a certain Dr. Fuller.
Amylbarbital sodium. Phenobarbital. Huh.
Such an excessive dose. Either this man is a charlatan, barbiturates. Sarah Hawkins must have been extremely agitated resorting to such a treatment.
Act as a depressant of the nervous system, but once you begin, you can never live without them. Of that I know something. That reminds me of... kind of reminds me of Kronos Devours. It's the one where he's devouring his son.
Despite what happened, they seem to have loved each other. This ledger lists all of the paintings Sarah Hawkins sold.
Some pretty good money.
It seems the last one was given for free to a Francis Sanders. I wonder why. Was Sarah Hawkins interested in the occult? Looks like a revocation ritual. Was she trying to invoke something or banish it?
If the creature is not yet anchored in our dimension, an expulsion ritual might work. As long as the person performing it makes sure that he integrates the Elder Sign among the glyphs that make up the ceremonial circle. Be careful, though, because the works that describe the creation of such circles are not all of proven reliability. Extract taken from the Malleus Bestiarum.
Sarah Hawkins' agent was getting worried. Seems she wasn't giving any signs of life.
My very dear Sarah, ever since you left to bury yourself away on that lost island, your art has been attracting increasing numbers of collectors. I beg you to send me some new paintings. The last ones so somber and strange, moving as no other paintings have been, are selling at a premium price. Your percentage of these most recent sales is attached. Do not forget your friend who was the first to recognize your genius and display it to the world. That sounds like a manager.
Locked.
The scratches on the wall. It's like the longer I stand here in this circle, the more I hear the whispering and all that. So there's more hidden in this room. Ah. Sarah Hawkins' sketches look more like a gallery of horrors than anatomical studies. Do they represent what haunts her nights?
Locked.
Bradley? Is that you?
What in the world?
Is anyone there?
Oh, wow. Uh-oh.
You! Stop! Bradley, did you see which way he went?
Who? I didn't see anyone. I just heard some noise. Are you all right?
A man was hiding on the upper level. He ran when he saw me. He can't be far.
Her.
The lyrics of the drunken sailor. A sea shanty.
I'll cover you.
This door.
Collection of medical knowledge and health practices. Alright.
Or was closed earlier. Where did he go? Have you seen the old maritime maps on Charles Hawkins' desk?
Strange. No ship has left Darkwater's shore for years. Maybe he kept them for sentimental reasons.
Okay.
It looks like an old seaway map. Seems like this came from a log. There must be a link with the seaway map. This globe seems to have been part of some mechanism.
No wonder.
Doesn't work. I must have missed something. As if the bookcase has been moved several times. It looks like a freehand map of Darkwater. Certain areas have been highlighted. I wonder why. The Scylla. It's the boat that was stranded at the entrance to the harbor. This panel is movable. Cogwheels. They must be linked to an opening mechanism. Probably a secret passage. I must find a way to activate the opening mechanism. I'd be better off not touching them.
Is that a black kitty? Hi, Mr. Kitty Kitty. What's you doing? You wanna come say hi to everybody? Let's see if I can grab him real quick. There's my kitty kitty. There's my kitty kitty. We're gonna say hi. Say hi, everybody. Hi, gravy time. So no, I'm just gonna. I think I'm gonna try to get it run away. Yeah. Try to run away. Yeah. Okay, out from underneath my desk. Silly cat.
Clearly, Charles Hawkins knew Captain Fitzroy very well. I wonder who the man with the glasses is in the photograph. Probably another. Why are these letters here, and not with Sarah Hawkins' belongings?
Huh.
Looks like the navigational paths
I
described
wonder.
in the log. There must be a link with the Seaway map.
So the first one is 42 North, 70 West.
This Dr. Fuller, was he Sarah Hawkins' therapist?
Charles, I understand your worries, but I assure you that Sarah's in good hands here at the Riverside Institute. It goes without saying that her state requires very specific care and a high level of attention. Her full potential will only be able to express itself if she is placed in a secure environment surrounded by qualified staff. The decision is yours, of course, but I seem to understand that you're running out of time.
They look like Celtic runes. Charles must have brought them back from one of his foreign trips.
Let's pick them up and stick
Looks
them in
like
your pocket,
the
huh, bud?
navigational paths described in the log. There must be a link with the Seaway map.
4755 West.
Looks like the navigational paths described in the log.
Okay, so it looks like the Scylla.
Doesn't work. I must have missed something. There must be a link with the Seaway map.
33 North, 53 West.
Looks like the navigational paths described in the log.
Ah, there
Looks
we
like
go.
it worked.
Well done, Pierce.
All right, looks like we're on chapter 4. Let's see. I think I'm gonna cut it short for tonight since this is my first night back. As much as I would love to stream the full 4 hours, I think it might be a good idea for me to kind of cut it short. I will be back on Thursday. I'm gonna go back to my regular schedule. Tuesday, Thursday, Friday, and Saturday. I'm gonna shoot for 6 to 10 most nights. I'm hoping to be able to do that most of the time, but I think for now I'm gonna say bye, good evening to everyone. Let's see if there's somebody on here I can raid tonight. Who is there on that I can raid right now? Let's go hang out with my buddy Aver. He is an awesome streamer, and he's an awesome streamer. He's really cool. He's playing Call of Duty Modern Warfare right now, and I thought we could go and show him some love. So we'll head out over that way. And we'll see you guys later. Y'all have a wonderful evening, and I'll see you next time.
Oh, dang, Thinner.